A judge has ordered Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis to appear in court to answer allegations of impropriety in handling the criminal prosecution of former President Donald Trump. A co-defendant in the Trump case accuses Willis of hiring a special prosecutor with whom she's having a romantic relationship. He's reportedly billed taxpayers for more than $650,000 for his legal work. Willis has reportedly been called as a witness in his divorce proceedings. She is prosecuting Donald Trump for alleged crimes relating to trying to overturn Georgia's 2020 presidential election results. Our quote of the week is from Willis, speaking to a church congregation about her troubles, saying, "Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think I need someone from some other jurisdiction, some other state, to tell me how to do a job I've been doing for almost 30 years? Who is playing the race card here, John?
She is. And, you go into a church and saying, well, yeah, I committed adultery and I wasted $600,000 of your taxpayer money. I wouldn't make that speech in a church if I were her. I'm surprised the lightning didn't strike. She's in real trouble here. Her case is in real trouble here. And I'm not a lawyer, but I can see that this whole thing gets dismissed at some point.
Should the case against Donald Trump be thrown out because of her impropriety?
And I can promise you nothing's going to happen to her in a church. Donald Trump goes to churches all the time, and nothing seems to happen to him. To claim racism, it's insulting, right? It seems like the same things we used to hear from Kim Gardner. This lady made a mistake, and she's been doing this. She needs to own up to it. It has nothing to do with the color of her skin. Furthermore, the Republicans who want to make it about the color of her skin, it says who they are. But she hurts the real issues of racism when she goes out and makes these cases. Second of all, it will not be thrown out over this. It has nothing to do with it. The president still violated the law, and he needs to be held accountable.
Former President Trump was off the campaign trail and back in a courtroom in the past week. A jury in a civil case found that he sexually assaulted former longtime Elle magazine advice columnist E. Jean Carroll in a New York department store dressing room. The jury awarded her $5 million, if you remember, in damages. Well, the new trial seeks additional damages for defamatory statements Donald Trump made about her. Of all of Trump's legal issues, Michael, how much weight should voters give these civil cases?
Voters
We're talking
don't
about sexual assault.
I don't think voters seem to care, at least in the Republican primary. Everybody's already in their camp as it relates to Donald Trump. It's gratifying to watch him continue to act like a fool because it's going to hurt him in the place that he only seems to care, which is his pocket and his wallet.
Nikki Haley, this was teed up for her. Questions about this. And she said, I'm not following the case. Why doesn't anyone go after the former president about this?
I don't know.
Sexual assault.
I understand. And, you would think, gosh, I remember back in the old days, if you had 91 felony indictments counts against you and you had a sexual assault judgment against you, that your political career wasn't going to go very well.
And here we are.
Yeah.
And you think he's the nominee? No question.
I do.
Trump-Biden?
Yeah, rematch.
In November, the rematch. Final thoughts are next. First, the stars and stripes over the Mississippi and Grafton, Illinois from Bommarito.com drone fox looks majestic and a little cold.